Hello Sanibel, my name is Will Otto with CardioQuip, and at CardioQuip we are dedicated to advancing thermal management to empower better patient outcomes. And not only that, we're about bringing to clinicians and users a greater degree of certainty when it comes to using their heater coolers. So the current landscape of heater coolers can be challenging to navigate, and a lot of that revolves around water quality. Now at CardioQuip, we are at the finish line of a multi-year process in bringing to the users the gold standard for water quality. And so as part of that new gold standard that we're going to be bringing in a few months is a new cleaning and disinfection procedure. And a highlight of that cleaning and disinfection procedure is going to include something that's residual hydrogen peroxide. What we did is we chose residual hydrogen peroxide for several reasons. Number one, it's really effective at mitigating bacterial growth in water. It's readily available in healthcare settings, and it's a cost-effective solution for users. And now there are a few drawbacks to hydrogen peroxide. Because it oxidizes very easily when it comes into contact with bacteria, it needs to be monitored on a daily basis. And currently the only way to monitor hydrogen peroxide is with these test strips. So for each device that you have, you got to open the tube, get out a test strip, dip and check, and dip and check. Over the lifespan of a device, these test strips can cost upwards of $30,000. Okay, so that's not very cost effective. Secondly, test strips are just not very accurate. They're hard to read. It can be very subjective. It's hard to be subjective sometimes when it comes to reading the test strips. And it's hard to quantify. So a lot of times when perfusionists are charged with cleaning a device, you kind of wonder, using these test strips all the time, you're kind of wondering, am I a pool technician or a perfusionist? So what we've come up with CardioQuip is we've started to ask the question, what if there was an easier way? What if there was an easier way to check and monitor hydrogen peroxide on a daily basis? What if it was more effective and more accurate than test strips? And so we've come up with a new solution for you guys. Well, there is a better way, and it's called the hydrogen peroxide sensor. This is our sensor that attaches to the back of your MCH device. This sensor is a real-time optical reader of residual hydrogen peroxide in your water tank. What it does is it shunts water off of the water lines and into an optical reader that can read the amount of hydrogen peroxide in real time. So this is how it works in real time. What you'll do is you'll look at the screen here that there's a readout of the amount of parts per million you have in hydrogen peroxide. If you click that, you can get a larger readout. You can see that this unit has 228 parts per million of hydrogen peroxide inside. So all it takes is a visual. You can look at it, right away if your unit is clean or not. We know there's also users who use other peripheral devices that are more sensitive to hydrogen peroxide. We've allowed for that too. So if you go to an H2O2 alarm, you can set an upper limit for how much parts per million you'd want to set. So if you have like a sensitive device that can't take more than 330 parts per million, you can enter that in there. And if you go above that, an alarm will sound here. So we're really excited to bring you this new HPS technology. It should be coming in the coming months, so please check with your CardioQuip rep to hear more about it. Thanks for coming to Sanibel.